Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition here at Bluffs Run. I'm Randy Sliva, along with Larry Knott, our track announcer and track handicapper. What we've got for you is a very special treat. We've got an up-close and personal look at the upcoming Iowa Breeders' Classic, a race that started 5 years ago. This will be the 6th running, and it truly has been an Iowa spectacle in greyhound racing. Some call it the most exciting 30 seconds in Iowa greyhound racing. Right now, we're going to take a look and pay reverence, if you will, to the past 5 winners here at Bluffs Run, and quite a select group they are. Let's take a look at that right now, and we can see that Flamboyant Flow won the first ever Iowa Breeders' Classic here at Bluffs Run. And that one was for an impressive $115,000 purse. Then here was a very special greyhound the second year. Down 2 came in and took the Breeders' Classic in the second running and came back and won the third one as well. Down 2 taking back-to-back classics. And in the fourth year, it was AC Gallant Nath taking the fourth year. And last year, of course, it was none other than one of the track favorites, Jim Driver, out of the Mullen Kennel. And this year, well, it only remains to be seen. We've got a field of 8 right now, and it couldn't be better. 8 greyhounds indeed. And now I toss it over to my friend Larry Knott, who's going to give us a quick rundown of the 8. And Larry, in talking to a lot of people, they said this could be the closest, the best field we've ever had. 8 points separates the whole field. Yeah, you're going to have a great race coming up this Saturday night. A good field, strong field of 8 greyhounds. They're going to be going over the 5/16 mile course for $125,000. $62,500 goes to the winner. A lot of early speed in this race. They're all going to be going for that first turn. It's up for grabs. Post position is going to help out a lot, but a lot of luck's going to come along with it. Very good, Larry. Some interesting facts about this race. 3 were tied at 31 points after the finals. They had to draw in 2, and that was a random drawing. And unfortunately, Father's Footsteps lost, and he has now become the alternate for this field's race. Another interesting fact for this upcoming Breeders' Classics, we've got 2 sets of brothers. That's right. Bogus Buddy and QS Jake, and Tyville Ralph and Tyville Alf. And one other note you should be aware of, we have 1 female running in this race, and that will be Full Circuit. So without further ado, we will now toss it to our Director of Racing, Jim Ebbs, who is currently with the trainers and is going to give us a closer look right now at Bogus Buddy. Take it away, Jim.
Thank you, Randy. I'm here with Ron Mullen, the manager of the Mullen Kennel, the entry Bogus Buddy with 39 points. Ronnie, this greyhound was very impressive in the qualifying rounds with 3 very impressive wins, if I may say so. He is our king of the hill, which is another big plus for him. And he was the top point getter with 39 again. You had an entry last year who won it, Jim Driver. How does this greyhound compare, Bogus Buddy compare with Jim Driver?
I think Bogus Buddy and Jim Driver are a lot alike. They both come off the pace a little bit. They both run the rail. Jim might have a little bit more finish than Buddy, but Buddy's going to be a little closer at the beginning, I think. So it should be a good comparison.
Like I mentioned before, he is one fast greyhound. Does post position matter at all to him?
Well, he needs one hole real bad. Any position would be fine as long as you don't get too far behind going to the turn. What he needs more than anything probably be a good, hard, fast rail.
Let me set up a little scenario for you. He breaks out second, third, clears the turn, third. He's laying third going down the backside. Does he have a chance of winning this race?
Yes, sir. I think he's got it. I think he can catch almost anybody in a race, if he gets around the turn, within 3 or 4 lengths of him.
Thank you, Ronnie. Good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Back to you, Randy.
Thanks, Jim. And this is a real interesting point here. Everybody's talking about speed and getting that one post position. How important is the fact that Bogus Buddy be placed in the one post position?
Well, I don't think it is as important as many people have said. Bogus Buddy is a decent breaker, but he doesn't break as fast as some of the other greyhounds in the field. He'd be a good thing if he got inside the 4 posts in the 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the inside of the track with a strong rail. Bogus Buddy will run a big race and catch off some of the early speed. Doesn't have to say a whole lot about Bogus Buddy's. His season record and his qualifying round speak for himself. He's our point leader. Should definitely be the favorite going into the finals. He speaks for himself. He'll run a big race. Bogus Buddy is a decent greyhound.
Well, I think with all his starts compared to how many times he's been in the money, I think you're exactly right on the nail when you're talking about Bogus Buddy going in as the early favorite. Right now, we're going to toss it back to Jim Ebbs, who's with another trainer at this time. Take it away, Jim.
Thank you again, Randy. I'm here with Don Ennis of the Tom Selman Kennel with entry Full Circuit. Full Circuit had 34 points and very impressive in qualifying also. Lots of early speed this greyhound has and a very good run to the turn. Had 2 wins in qualifying. been one of the better greyhounds that Bluffs run this year. Actually, been tough in every grade A race it's been in. We talked a little bit earlier and mentioned it ran a very good semifinal on Saturday night to run that third because she didn't get the front. And I mentioned she's the only female in the field also. Getting that third was probably one of the better races she's ran. Is that right, Don?
She actually probably run a better race running third than she did winning one of the other races. She was in with a little lesser grade dog, went to the front. But she was in with some pretty tough dogs last night, and I'm happy that she ran third. She gutted it out coming down the stretch, which most speed dogs won't do. So I'm very happy with her.
Okay, one more, put you on the spot a little bit. This is probably one of the tougher fields she's been against all year. Can she handle this field?
I would like an outside hole, like 8-hole. That way there's nobody to interfere with her going to the turn, and I think I can get her around the turn, hopefully. But it's going to be a speed race, and if they have a speed jam, somebody that's on the rail can sneak through, just allow them to take it off.
Well, good luck, and we do well on Saturday night. Back to you, Randy.
Thanks again, Jim, talking about Full Circuit with trainer Don Enos, and of course, we're talking about the only female in the field.
Yeah, Full Circuit is the only female in this strong male race here out of the 8 greyhounds. Full Circuit is probably going to be the odds bet second favorite. I think she's got a really good shot at winning this race. Full Circuit is a good early leader, and she's one of the greyhounds that does get the lead. She won't give it up. If she can get out in front of the other early speed greyhounds, I think it's going to be Full Circuit's race, especially if we have a fast night. She's got a heck of a record on this season. Out of 38 starts, she's got 17 wins. She's one of our top 10 greyhounds. Full Circuit will give this race the race of her life.
Definitely one of the more consistent greyhounds here at the track. Now let's toss it back down to Jim Ebbs and get a closer look at Tyville Ralph and the trainer, Marvin Anderson.
Thanks again, Randy. I'm here with Marvin Anderson, the John Seastrom kennel. We're going to talk about Tyville Ralph. 34 points to get to the finals. Ralph heated up just a little bit in the qualifiers, and he really started to run a little bit there. 2 wins and a second. He's been a solid A contender all year and very consistent. Explain his running style a little bit to me.
He breaks out fast, and once he breaks out, if he gets to the corner first, he picks his own route all the way around the track, and it's tough to catch sometimes.
Yeah, he's sure proved it a little bit in the qualifying rounds. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit as I have the others. Can he win the $62,500 that the winning purse pays out for this Iowa Breeders' Classic?
I think he can if he can get out to the first and get to the corner. I think he has a good shot.
Well, he sure looks like it. He's run some good qualifying races, and good luck in the finals on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Back to you, Randy.
Thanks, Jim. Marvin Anderson brings up a very interesting point. He said that if Tyville Ralph gets out front, he's going to be tough to beat. Do you see that happening?
Well, yeah, I do. Tyville Ralph and Tyville Alf are brothers. They are litter mates, and Tyville Ralph holds the lead better, but he doesn't get to the turn as fast. If he does get in front, he can hang a lead. Tyville Ralph wins 2 and 1 second place finish out of his 4 qualifyings. Kind of a people greyhound. Ever since Tyville Ralph got them 2 wins back-to-back, a lot of people I've seen have been pulling for him, and there's a lot of fans that are going to be coming out here and rooting for Tyville Ralph in Saturday night's race.
Tyville Ralph, definitely a popular greyhound here at the track. Let's throw it back down to Jim Ebbs, and we're going to get a closer look now at jet ski.
Thank you again, Randy. I'm here with Don Ennis of the Tom Selman Kennel once again. We're going to talk about jet ski this time. Jet ski also had 34 points, and I'm going to keep this first question a little short. It's a surprise to me. How about you?
Big surprise. 2 or 3 other dogs I thought would make it before he would, and I'm really surprised. I don't know. He's running real good right now, the best he's run all year. So just hope he keeps it up for one more race.
Well, when I say a surprise, he sure has his merits. He came in to the finals now with a couple wins and a second by a head, which was a very good race he ran. Appears to have picked a real good time to start running. And what's going to happen with this guy?
I don't know. He's a streak runner. If he continues like he's running now, I don't know. If he can get to the front, they'll have a hard time hauling him down. It's just getting to the front. I'm not too sure he can do that.
Well, let's hope he does. Good luck on the race on Saturday night, and
Thank you.
back to you, Randy.
Thanks so much, Jim. Larry, this is something that have always amazed me. that a greyhound can peak. I mean, a greyhound that not necessarily is one of the best greyhounds can just be running extremely well, and on the other flip side, you know, other greyhounds not running that well, and will be able to run a race. How important is it that Jet Ski is streaking or peaking, as his trainer said?
Well, I think Don Ennis is a really right on tack there when he says Jet Ski is a streak greyhound, and what better time to start a streak than winning his very first qualifying. He picked up a win last Saturday night in the semifinals. Jet Ski is a strong greyhound. He's got 10, 11 wins now on the season. Only thing is he's had 64 starts. A lot of starts for Jet Ski. He may have some trouble in this race, but if he gets out close, Jet Ski will give it all he's got, and he's streaking at the right time. It's going to be a tough one for him. We're going to have to sit back and see how Jet Ski runs on Saturday night. Again,
folks, we're previewing one of the most exciting field of 8 greyhounds here at the Bluffs Run Greyhound track we've had in quite a while. And of course, we're talking about the 6th running of the Iowa Breeders' Classic. Let's now toss it back down to Jim Ebbs, who's with Marvin Anderson again, and we're going to get a closer look at Tyville Slash.
Thanks, Randy. We're talking with Marvin Anderson, the John Seastrom kennel. We're going to talk about Tyville Slash a little bit. Slash came into the finals with 34 points, and we'll talk about his 2 wins a little bit. They were very convincing wins by long margins. Does Slash need the front early to win these races?
He needs to break fairly well and get clear running room to the corner. And if he can get to the corner in pretty good shape, then he has the speed to finish the race and win.
Well, that's the most important part, winning.
Right.
What post position? Does he need a post position? Is that going to help him on Saturday night in the finals?
He tends to go wide on the first corner, and if he gets the inside, it's a bad move he has to make when he gets there. And if he can draw the outside, it'd be much better for him.
Well, we know that Marvin is now rooting for the 8th position.
Right.
Back to you, Randy.
Thanks, Jim. Larry, it just amazes me the fact that we've got 3 greyhounds out of 1 kennel out of a field of 8. Will that work to the advantage of any one of these greyhounds?
well, I'm not sure, but I tell you what, Marvin Anderson is doing a very good job for that John Seastrom kennel. He's got his greyhounds running at their peak right now. Tyville Slash wins 2 qualifying races by large margins. He's kind of a greyhound that's a little sporadic. He'll either win big or he kind of paces with the field. If Tyville Slash wants to dominate this field, he will Saturday night, and he'll win big. And that's when, if Tyville Slash is ready to come out and ready to run on Saturday night.
Impressive greyhound indeed. Let's throw it back down to Jim Ebbs, and we're going to get a closer look now at one of the surprises, as we think. It's A-Wise Bernard. Take it away, Jim.
Thanks again, Randy. Speaking with Tracy Sproul, the assistant trainer for the Paul Polk kennel, we'll talk a little bit about A-Wise Bernard. Came into the finals with 33 points. Bernie had to win that semifinal round on Saturday night to make it to the finals. Tell me a little bit about that race you ran.
We were pretty excited. Going into the night last night, we thought he might get in with a second, but after the first race, we knew he had to win. So we were pretty nervous going into it. And then when he got around the turn, as bad as he did, I didn't know if he could catch those early speed dogs. They were pretty far out there.
Yeah, I heard a little yelling from the trainer.
Yeah. That's probably the loudest I've ever screamed for anything.
Well, on Saturday night in the finals, will the track condition matter to Bernie at all?
Probably it will, because on a heavy track, he runs pretty wide, and those early speed dogs, most of them run pretty close to the rail, so it might help him out a little bit.
With all the bottom he has, it sure should help.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, and good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
Back to you, Randy.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim. And Larry, if there was ever a Cinderella story in a field of 8 like this, I guess it would be A-Wise Bernard.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And this running this year. A-Wise Bernard running last Saturday night in the semifinals. Needed the win, and he came around the far turn, and I tell you, he turned on the afterburners, and he went by some greyhounds in the stretch and won a big, big race for A-Wise Bernard. It sneaked him in through the back door. I tell you what, if he draws an outside post position, he's going to show a good stretch run. He's going to get there probably somewhere in the money. If not, if he's close enough, he could pull this race off. A-Wise Bernard, look for him to run a big race Saturday night.
Tracy Sproul definitely happy with A-Wise Bernard's effort getting into the finals. Let's throw it back down to Jim Ebbs at this time, and we're going to talk with Marvin Anderson again about his 3rd and final entry.
Thanks again, Randy. I'm here again with Marvin Anderson, the John Seastrom kennel. We'll talk about Tyville Alf a little bit this time. Alf came in with 31 points, and you know, he wasn't beat to the first turn in any qualifying round. It's pretty impressive, Marvin. Are you hoping for any particular post position? I know I asked you this earlier, but will post position help you at all on Alf?
I don't think it'll make a big difference. He seems to break from any post position. And it seems like he has more speed, though, from the outside than he does from the inside. Maybe he has to go out and come into the corner, and that might slow him down a little bit. But he's a very good breaker.
Oh, absolutely. Probably the best breaker in the race. If Alf clears on top, can he hold off the charge of that tough field behind him?
He has a tendency to be a little short on the end. We just have to hope for the best when he gets out there.
Well, good luck on Saturday night in the final set. $62,500 winner's share of that.
Thank you.
Back to you, Randy.
Thank you very much, Jim. Larry, this is one of the most interesting facts about this field of 8 going into the Iowa Breeders' Classic. When you talk about Tyville Alf, you're talking about one of the fastest greyhounds here at the track.
Yeah, it's going to be a big factor. When I talk about Tyville Alf, there's 3 words: speed, speed, speed. Tyville Alf, for the last month and a half, has shown that he's the fastest Iowa bred to the first turn, if not the fastest greyhound to the first turn here at the track. He has led every one of his races for the last month and a half, as well as his qualifying rounds. He pulled off 1 win out of those, and Tyville Alf has and shows the endurance on Saturday night. He can hang on for the win. I say if there's a little bumper on the first turn, if he's got about a 3, maybe a 4-length lead in front of the tote board, this race is going to be over if he's got that much of a lead that early in the race. Tyville Alf, the big factor, is he going to make it to the first turn or not? No post position is going to matter. He's going to shoot out of the box.
Very good. Look for Tyville Alf streaking out to the early lead Saturday night for the Iowa Breeders' Classic. Right now, last but surely not least, we're going to head it back down to Jim, and he's going to talk with Rich Tomlinson and his entry, QS Jake. Take it away, Jim.
Thanks, Randy. Here with Rich Tomlinson of the Terry Creek Kennel. We're talking about QS Jake with 31 points. Jake's a litter mate to Bogus Buddy of the Mullen Kennel, and kind of like to ask you a little bit about those 2 early qualifying rounds. They were close wins. Can you explain a little bit about those?
They were close. He should have. They were kind of easy races, so it wasn't a surprise that he won them. I wish he would have stretched it out a little bit, but he just won by nose, which was enough.
That's just enough. Tell me a little bit about his running style.
In the finals, I'd like to see him draw an inside hole, get around 2nd or 3rd and close with the early speed dog out in front, and just close in on him. I think he can run down the early speed dogs. It's a tough field of dogs.
So if he does draw an outside hole, do you still think he has a good chance?
I think anybody that wins a race is going to need a certain amount of luck to win, so we just hope it's us. I'd rather see money inside.
Good luck in the finals on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Okay, before we go back upstairs to Randy, let's go over the 6th running of the Iowa Breeders' Classic field once again. And here are the finalists. Bogus Buddy from the Mullen Kennel with 39 points. Full Circuit from the Tom Selman Kennel with 34 points. Tyville Ralph out of the John Seastrom Kennel with also 34 points. Jet Ski from the Tom Selman Kennel with 34 points. Tyville Slash out of the John Seastrom Kennel, also with 34 points. A-Wise Bernard, the lone entry from the Paul Polk Kennel, with 33 points. Tyville Alf out of the John Seastrom Kennel, their 3rd entry with 31 points. And rounding out the field, QS Jake, also the lone entry from the Terry Creek Kennel with 31 points. There you have it, the finalists for the 6th running of the Iowa Breeders' Classic and the interviews with the trainers. Just like take a minute here to, I've been here for 6 years, and this is our 6th running, and this is by far the best field that I've ever seen put together. Very even. It's very hard to pick a winner out. All the point totals were very close, and I think everybody should be here Saturday night just to see who's going to cross that finish line first. So come on out for the 6th running of the Iowa Breeders' Classic, the spectacle in Iowa racing.
Thank you very much, Jim, and you're right. It should prove to be one of the most exciting Iowa Breeders' Classics ever here at Bluffs Run. Right now, Larry, I'm going to talk about QS Jake, brothers with Bogus Buddy. How do you think he factors into this field of 8?
Well, QS Jake, just like the other 7 greyhounds in this field, he's got as much of a shot as any of the other ones to win this race. QS Jake will run a strong race. I think he needs an inside post position. If he can get 2nd or possibly even 3rd to a couple early speed greyhounds, he can pull this race off. The surprising thing about QS Jake is he did win his first 2 qualifyings, both by a nose. But a win is a win, and it was enough points to get QS Jake into our finals. He didn't sneak in the back door. He came into the front door, and he was there to stay, and he made our finals finals, and he's going to make a good run for that $62,500 on Saturday night.
Very good. One thing I should point out to all our fans watching the preview show to the Iowa Breeders' Classic here at Bluffs Run, the order that we gave you the greyhounds is not indicative whatsoever to the post positions. The post positions for this classic race will be drawn at a later date. So these are no way, shape, or form any indication to the post positions these greyhounds will be running. And that leads me right into my next question. How important is the post positions? I've heard you and I've heard the trainers talk about it so much today.
Well, as in every race that we have here at the track, post position is a major factor, and not only the way the greyhounds run is how somebody might handicap a program. There's some of the greyhounds I'll go through here real quick like that won't really matter what post position they take. I don't think full circuit will really matter too much. Tyville Ralph is another one, and Tyville Alf. Those three greyhounds are really good early speed. They do not really specifically need a good post. Tyville Slash may need an outside post. I say 6, 7, or 8.
Sure.
I definitely think A-Wise Bernard to run a big race should have an outside box. If he's in the 8 post, he's going to be a very strong factor. Now to the other ones, the litter mates of Bogus Buddy and QS Jake, they'd like to be on the inside, maybe the 1, 2, or 3 post position. And rounding them out, I think that it's going to be a big factor, but most of these greyhounds can run from any post position, and they're good, smart greyhounds, and they've shown that they can run from different posts to make it into the qualifyings. The final, it's not going to be that much of a factor. I think you're going to get a good, strong 110% race out of every one of these greyhounds.
Larry, I've seen you handicap literally hundreds of races, and boy, just taking a look at the sheets and everything, it just doesn't look any tougher to handicap than this one.
No, you can't get a tougher race. This is going to be very difficult. And then again, like I said, the handicapping post position is a big thing. And we'll get a chance to take a look at that after the post position draw. And I'll go through and handicap it to my best ability. I like this field of 8. This is going to be a fun race for me. I will be able to have a chance to call this race. I'm going to enjoy this one. It's going to be a fun night, Saturday night. I'd like to see everybody come out for the $125,000 Iowa Breeders' Classic. It's a fantastic race.
Very good indeed. And thank you very much, all of you, for joining us for this little preview edition of the most exciting 30-second race in Iowa Greyhound racing. Of course, we're talking about the Iowa Breeders' Classic, brought to you by Bluffs Run. And indeed, this Saturday night will be just another classic installment of this already classic race. For Larry Knott, I'm Randy Sliven. For the rest of the cast and crew here at Bluffs Run, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all Saturday night for the 6th annual Iowa Breeders' Classic.
First thing I'm going to do is have Richard Woodsmall come up and mix up the trophies. Each trophy has a number, 1 through 8, for post position underneath, and I'll call the trainers up. We had 2 ties last night. We did a draw. We had 4 greyhounds tied at 34 and 2 tied at 31. Go ahead and mix them up, Woody. I played the shell game for about 10 minutes earlier. We did a random draw last night, and I'll call up in the order the 4 tied. Okay, looks like we're ready. Okay, first of all, Bogus Buddy is our top point getter with 39 points. Bogus Buddy is out of the Mullen Kennel, and drawing for the Mullen Kennel will be Ronnie Mullen. Bogus Buddy had 22 starts, 16 wins, 1 second, 1 third, and 1 fourth on 1991, and good luck with post position, Ronnie. He draws the 1 hole. I need a pen. I need a pen. Pen. Somebody took my pen. I got it. Okay. What does the rest matter? I don't know. Okay. Okay, Marvin, you'll be next with Tyville Slash. Tyville Slash is from the John Seastrom Kennel, trainer Marvin Anderson, who will be doing the drawing. He has 34 points, 34 starts, 7 wins, 3 seconds, 6 thirds, and 10 fourths. Marvin, go ahead and draw one out. Marvin's got the 6 with Tyville Slash. Okay, next up will be Jet Ski from the Tom Selman Kennel. Tom Selman Kennel trainer Don Ennis. Jet Ski also had 34 points and a 1991 record, 64 starts, 11 wins, 7 seconds, 6 thirds, and 6 fourths. Do it. And an 8-hole. That's where he is, in the 8-hole. Jet Ski draws the 8-hole. Don't sit down. You get her next again. full circuit. The only female in the field, which is getting to be a trend. We only had one female in the field in 1990. Full circuit is also out of Tom Selman Kennel with 34 points and draws a 3-hole. Okay, Marvin, you're up with Tyville Ralph. Tyville Ralph, also out of the John Seastrom Kennel. Marvin Anderson is the trainer and will be drawing. 34 points. 73 starts, 15, 13, 6, and 8. Go ahead, Marvin. He has a 7-hole. Tyville Ralph in the 7. A-Wise Bernard, Paul Paulk Kennel. Tracy Sproul. Again, you look marvelous. She will be drawing for A-Wise Bernard, who has 33 points, so the record of 58, 10, 11, 13, and 9, and has drawn the 4-hole. Rich QS Jake from the Terry Creek Kennel. Rich Tomlinson is the trainer and will be drawing. We have 2 positions left, so Rich, let's do it. 31 points, 34, 9, 9, 5, and 4, and is drawing the 5-hole. Leaves 1 post position. Marvin, come on up and get it. Go ahead and sit down. I'll get it for you. Number 2. That means that Tyville Alf with 31 points is in the number 2 post position. There you go. Okay, I'm going to run down the field. Bogus Buddy is in the 1. Tyville Alf in the 2. Full Circuit is in the 3. A-Wise Bernard is in the 4. Number 5 will be QS Jake. Out of the 6-hole will be Tyville Slash. 7, Tyville Ralph. And out of the 8 post position, rounding out the field, is Jet Ski. I thank everybody for entering dogs in this year's Classic, and all I can say is good luck on Saturday night. This is $125,000 up for grabs. There's a lot of money involved. Just for putting a dog in the box, you're going to get $31.25. That's not too bad. Thanks, everybody, for showing up, and appreciate it. And we'll see you Saturday night.